We good? All right, welcome everybody to post-game press conference. Montana beats Missouri State to go to 1-0 on the season. We will start with Coach Hauck's initial thoughts, then open it up to questions. Raise your hand, please, and I will pass the microphone around. But, Coach, your initial thoughts after a win for the Grizzlies.
Thanks, Tabes. Everybody ready? Okay. It was a really great, hard-fought win by our guys. We just battled to the end and found a way to win it. Sometimes, things aren't always smooth and they don't go your way. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. Sometimes it's self-imposed. Sometimes it's the other team. But I was proud of our team for fighting their tails off and getting a great win tonight in our opener, getting 1-0. Even when it wasn't always going our way. And part of that's the Missouri State team who Coach Beard really had well prepared. They were ready to go. They fought it out. I was impressed with them going into the game. I leave the game really impressed with them. They're a good football team, and anyway, I'm proud of my guys and their effort tonight.
Coach, you mentioned really close game throughout. What do you think made the difference at the end? I mean, what was the separation there?
Probably just one team made a few more plays at the end. Both teams were trying pretty hard, so it was hard fought. But it comes down to just getting in the right call and guys executing it on both sides of the ball, and then the other side not doing that as well. And that's football, and one team's going to win, one isn't, and I'm glad it was us.
What did you think of a couple of your players bouncing back from mistakes? I mean, I'm thinking about Aaron Fonts had some drops in the first half, came back with a big catch in the second half. Drew Deck had a big return in the second half.
Two, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Ty Morrison was perfect after he missed the first extra point. What do you think of all those guys just sort of bouncing back from mistakes?
Yeah, I'll go back to front on that. I was concerned. I mean, this is Ty's first game here, and he had never kicked in the stadium. So, I was concerned about our field goal kicking, but obviously after he missed the first PAT, he was awfully good. I mean, I think he averaged more than their punters, All-American. Ty out-punted him by 3 yards, and that field goal at the end was huge, and he was just money. So I was really happy for him, proud of him. And that's not an easy thing to do, miss one, then come back, and all of those were pretty critical too. Every one of those points after that was really critical. So he did a great job. Aaron couldn't hang on to it in the first half, and he came back, rallied back, and he's a competitive dude. He's a really good player, and that was certainly good to see. And then the Drew fumbling that first punt. He went for it because he might have been out the gate had he fielded it cleanly, and he should have caught it. He didn't. They came up with it, and that was really an enormous play in the game, because before our clock drive at the end of the first half, when we got the field goal on the last play to take the lead, we had a 10-play drive there on that clock drive. We only had 22 plays before that, and part of that's them keeping the ball away from us, and part of that is us fumbling that punt. So catching punts is not an easy thing either. And Drew came back and had the competitiveness and the fortitude to go back and do that, and he had 2 great returns, and one of them set up a big drive for a score. Actually, I think they both did. I think one was a field goal and one was a touchdown.
Hayden, can you just describe that last defensive sequence, just kind of what you guys were aiming to do, and then obviously 3 straight plays of getting Jacob Clark down? Just what was that like to kind of step up in that moment?
Yeah, it was really big. We needed to stop. If they went down and scored, we would have lost the game. So we really pinned our ears back and really got after them. And I thought the coverage did a really good job of being given us the ability to go after them. And I thought Andres, Vi, all the guys up front, Pat Hayden did a really good job. And the outcome was what we wanted.
How do you feel the defense kind of grew in this game, right? A lot of guys kind of seeing some playing time for the first time. Just what was it? How did you see the defense kind of grow from start to finish to get that final stop?
Yeah, a lot of new guys, a lot of guys who had to, learn what we're all about on game day. And as the game progressed, I thought guys did a really good job of adapting and overcoming adversity, and that was really key for us.
Bobby, the 4th and 1 on the 34-yard line where Xavier Harris scores, can you talk about the decision to go for it on that play and just how Xavier looked to you in catching the football today?
Yeah, I didn't think that was really a big decision whether to go or not. I think that was easy. But I'm not an analytics guy, but the analytics fans would go for that 100%. But we came out, we lined up quick, and it's an RPO look, and they didn't get lined up to it, so we had them outnumbered. And so instead of handing it off, we flipped it out there, and then it was kind of 1-on-2 to start. They had a guy running out to got there late, and when we got it blocked on the edge, then he had a chance, and he took advantage of it.
And then you guys go into the half up 12-10, kicking that field goal, but you have a chance to score a touchdown and motion your quarterback out and direct snap to Osmo. Can you just break down that play and that decision?
Yeah, I mean, there's what decision is that to run it?
To direct snap it to Osmo.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. I mean, there's a chance to score a touchdown on every play. But I mean, it's a run play, try to drag somebody out of the box, and yeah, it's a great play.
Eli,
Just
when you
didn't
guys
get
get
it
the
in.
ball with a little over 2 minutes, you know that you're going to get a chance to run some clock off and try to get some first downs to win it. Like, what's kind of your mindset in that situation?
I know my guys up front are going to do their job, so I just go into the game thinking I got to do mine. And if everyone does their 1/11th, I mean, the play is going to work out in our favor. And everyone in that 2 minute was giving everything they got, so I knew I had to do as well.
Coach, what do you think about? They know you're trying to run some clock there, and you're running it, and they couldn't stop it in that situation.
Yeah, it's nice to nice to be able to say you can run the ball and salt it away, and there's nothing they can do about it. We're not quite there yet. We're close. That drive pretty much epitomized that. We did some dumb stuff now. I mean, we had an inside run called, and we got a false start on a wide receiver there that put us behind the chains. That wasn't real good. That won't happen again. But it's nice to be able to say, hey, if we want to run it, we can impose our will, and that's pretty cool when you can do that. And that's what those guys did. I thought they came off the ball well. I thought on the one pin and pull play, the horn play, we had a chance to get it, and our tackle whiffed. Didn't get his eyes in the right spot, or we'd have had a big one there. Eli would have had a big one there. But, yeah, it was good to be able to run the ball there in the fourth quarter.
You played a lot of guys, obviously, like you like to do early in the season. You also had some guys out with injury. What do you think of just the overall depth and of the team today?
Well, I'll have to watch it. I was somewhat impressed. We had a bunch of guys in the kicking game that had never played in a college football game, and Missouri State did a nice job at changing. We had to do some adjusting on the fly, and I thought those guys did a really good job of doing that. Thought it was hit and miss a little bit on offense and defense, but for the most part, I thought guys held up, to answer your question.
And then Hayden, when you're not maybe playing as many snaps as you would in a normal game, you're rotating. Did you feel a little bit more fresher late in the game than normal, and how much did that help in that last drive?
Yeah, I thought all our guys on the defensive line played really well when they got their opportunity, and it definitely does help, get guys fresh and get guys with fresh legs and be able to make plays on every single down. So I thought we all did a really good job tonight.
Coach, you always said you were going to play two quarterbacks. What did you think about the quarterbacks, and then what goes into the decision in game of like when to get Logan in there?
Well, we kind of meant to play him in the second quarter, and we had so few plays. Going before that clock drive, we only had 22 plays, so it just didn't really work out. And then the last drive, it was a clock drive, and we wanted Kaylee to do the clock drive, so he ended up not getting in the first half. And so we came out of the locker room, and the plan was for Kaylee to take the first drive and then Logan to take the next one, and plus and get to play some. And they both did a nice job. The administrative stuff I thought they handled really well, all the play clock stuff and all those different things. And then we got into a 4-minute deal that you brought up a little while ago, Sean, where we're trying to bleed it. And I thought Logan did a nice job managing that and running the play clock down to basically 0 and bleeding the clock out there while we were running the ball down the field. So I thought those guys did a good job. Obviously, we'll watch the film and critique it harshly and continue to work to get better.
Bobby, operationally, how'd you think the offensive line did? I know you probably have to watch it again, but just your
Yeah,
initial thoughts.
I thought it was good. We rushed for 167. So, I mean, our yards per carry were pretty good. I thought the quarterbacks ran the ball well. I thought the running backs ran the ball well. I thought everybody ran hard. I thought they finished runs. I think there's some things we can do where we can be more aggressive. I think that was something we emphasized going in the game, and I think there was some guys that played a little tentative. That's the more inexperienced guys, and I think that'll just get better and better. But I've told you I like those guys. I think they can be good.
And Eli, the first time you guys have been back on this field since that epic win against North Dakota State. So what was it like just being back out here and getting this season started?
It's sweet playing against the best, or playing with the best fans in the country. I mean, there's no better feeling than playing in Wild Grizz. So, just gets the whole team jacked up, and we're hard to beat here.
And Hayden, just your guys' execution defensively today. I mean, what'd you think just with the new co-coordinators and just a lot of new guys on the unit?
Yeah, I thought the coaches did a good job of putting us in a good position to make tackles. We got to work on our tackling, obviously. Too many third down opportunities we missed, but I think that's something we can definitely fix in the coming weeks, and we should be back on track with that.
Eli, everybody's talked about how there's a lot.
Let's go quick, okay? My date's waiting for me in the parking lot.
You got it. Eli, just obviously a lot of returners on this offensive side. So even as things maybe were kind of a little dicey there at moments, how much of that kind of like veteran experience kind of pay off? Did you notice that at all?
Yeah, I noticed it. I noticed the veteran guys keeping their composure and knowing when to keep driving forward. Because the more we keep working on the defense, you can start to feel them get tired out, and that's when we start to really drive the ball down their throat.
Last one.
Coach, you got a couple new guys on the defensive front. What did you make of their play today?
I really didn't watch them much. But I will tell you that on Monday if you'll come.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, thanks, guys. Go Grizz.